Well, there, this is Coach Sammy33, and this is your Season 31 wrap-up, at least the regular season. So, Tulane finished ranked 23. Got ranked in the last poll, didn't make a video on that, but we do sneak in there, and probably will move up just a tad. We got the conference championship win against Pat. East Carolina is ranked 22, so nice to see two AAC teams get ranked at the end. And we finished 12-1. So remember, long ago, we lost our second game of the season at Duke, and then we respawn by winning ultimately 11 in a row. Go 10-0 the rest of the regular season, win the conference championship game. So a lot of momentum. We're undefeated, but hey, it's as close as you can get. One loss. Can't argue with that. So far, it'll end up being the best season that I have in the ND, I believe. I went 12-1 with Nebraska, lost to Noel in the conference championship. I believe he had Texas, and then we won our bowl game. So maybe we finish 13-1 again. We'll have to see. But happy with how things turned out. Definitely post-surgery, I didn't think that that would be possible, but rely on the play calling a little bit more, and then trying to make sure that my computer guys are able to help out on defense, because I'm not able to, don't have the control that I would like to have, so I'm not able to be as impactful as I would like to be defensively. So let's take a deeper dive into what we got here. Looking at team stats, now that everything is done, stats have been averaged out, we can look and get an accurate representation of how things look. So, points, second in conference, 21st in the NDL, first downs, second in conference, 19th in the NDL. Total offense, we're 20th. So the offense definitely carrying the weight for the majority of the season, or at least carrying their weight, I'll say that. Rushing, 22nd. That definitely picked up in the second half of the season. Hey, once the arm kind of went out, we had to find ways to make things easier on offense, and that's when you just go to ground and pound and say, hey, just use the left thumb. Make it easy on yourself, right? Passing, 34th, so still in the top third in that department. And also in third down conversions above 50%. Always happy to see that, like that closer to 55, but hey, 52 is something I'll definitely be happy with. 3 for 4 on fourth downs. The TD to interception ratio in the red zone, happy with that, 3-1. Turnovers, 16 on the season, so that's good. Basically a turnover a game. Can't be upset about that at all. Lost 1 fumble the entire season. Happy with that. The 15 interceptions, 1 per game. Not going to be too upset. And then returns, 6th in punt return yardage, 17th in kick returns. We didn't run back a kick, but had some pretty solid returns. I know a lot of people like to just take the kneel, take it out to 25, but cargo, got to take a shot. Points, 244, so not terrible, obviously, 20th in the NDL. First downs, 51st, so getting closer to the middle of the pack there. Total offense, middle of the pack. Rushing, over 1,100 yards allowed, so, 80 to 90, 85-ish yards a game. Passing, not as thrilled with that, but, hey, it is what it is. Third downs, 45%, so I like that closer to 40. We'll take that. It's under 50%. Happy with that. TD to field goal, 12-5. So not exactly what I would be hoping for, 2-1. But we did give up a lot of big plays for touchdowns, so we didn't really have to play in the red zone a lot because big plays were a problem. Forced turnovers, though, this is huge, 44. So number 1 in the conference, 5th in the NDL. Fumbles recovered, 6th in the NDL. And interceptions, 8th. So definitely able to get shorter fields more often because of turnovers, quick switch of the field, obviously some scores as well. I'll take that. And then total yards, 4,100 when you factor in return yardage. So we had almost 5,700, so a difference of close to 1,600 there. We'll take that. Player stats. So something I'm definitely happy about. Look at Mensa. Those for almost 2,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Not a 2-to-1 ratio, but trust me, anything that is positive in terms of touchdowns and interceptions with your quarterback, you're definitely going to take. We had almost 67%, so I mean, basically 2/3 of the passes completed. I'll definitely take that. In the run game, Hughes, 1,700 yards on the ground, 20 touchdowns. Not quite elite in terms of some of the other running backs like Maffa and Genty, but definitely worked for us. Receivers, like the 1-2 punch. Brown leading the team in receptions with 46. Williams leading the team in yards with 807, 11 touchdowns. So they combined for over 700 yards, over 40 receptions, each with 8 touchdowns. Trust me. Very, very happy with that. I'll take that. Then you get others chipping in. Hughes, third in yardage, third in receptions. You got Fleming, 21 for 360, and then both tight ends with over 15 receptions. I'll take that as well. Offensive line, big seasons by Graham and Green, both over 30 pancakes. Graham allowing 1 sack, Hurst allowing 4, but during the stretch run, he was locked in, so we'll take that. And then defensively, happy with a lot of things we saw here. Machado, say he's the heart and soul of the defense. 95 tackles, 20 of them for a loss, 4.5 sacks, 8 picks, 7 deflections, forced 5 fumbles, recovered 1, and scored a touchdown. This dude did everything on defense. Coverage, run stopping, breaking up pass plays. I think he just did it all. And another guy is a shout out to Chris Rogers. It took some time early in the season to figure out how exactly to use him. Having a linebacker with 90 speed is something I'm definitely not used to. I mean, that's something that you see with like the elite programs. So trying to figure out where to put him on defense. Todd Bowles likes to refer to guys like him, Winfield, Devin White when he was playing well as a chess piece. And that's what Rogers was for us. Moved him around a lot, very impactful defensively, third in tackles, and a lot of tackles for loss too, 13. Really able to string out some of those run plays, those tosses and stretches, and help out. Shout out defensively to the sack guys too. Sacks have been something that's been a struggle so far, especially with the guys up front. But again, figuring things out as we go along. Allen ended up leading the team with 7, Jenkins with 6. So seeing a defensive tackle with 6 is great. Defensive end with 7 is great. I mean, let's be honest, with New Mexico and Western Michigan, you put up the entire defensive line's total sacks. Allen probably has more than both of them. Jenkins too. Machado 4.5, so blitzing, being productive. Same with Ransaw and Rogers. Linebackers and safeties getting involved with the blitzes. Very happy with that. And then interceptions. Machado, Ransaw both lead the team with 8. Geiger with 6, and then other guys chipping in as well. So defensively, everyone chipping in, and that's all that you could ask for. The other thing to note, the fumble ratio. So you've got 8, 10, 12, 13 forced fumbles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We recovered 9 out of 13. So over 50%. 2/3. That doesn't happen too often. Regression to the mean next season for sure. We'll take it. In the kicking game, Barnes, 11 for 14. So I kept stressing after that Duke game, things have to get better. He missed 2 kicks against Duke, missed 1 in the middle of the season. A little bit concerning. And then after that, he locked in. Especially in the AAC game, I needed those kicks. 3 for 3 when we needed it most, and we'll see how he finishes out in the bowl game. Also, shout out to Cargo. It's not listed here, but hey, that punt return against East Carolina for a score was huge. And then also, long ago, remembering the Cup. Second game, or actually the first game that we played with this team, a Cup game against Big Mike. He ran it back. So, from leaving out the bowl game, literally from start to finish. The kick return against Florida, a punt return against Duke. Hey, happy with that. Now for the team sheet. This has clearly been a highly debated topic in the NDL in the chat, and I'm just over them, like whatever. We're not going to be in the college football playoffs. I'm tired of hearing about it. I just can't wait. It's Saturday right now. You can see down here, it's the 8th. I cannot wait for that to be out. The committee to make their decision just so I can stop hearing about it. But this is where we end the season. So you can see strength of schedule is 103. Our offensive ranking is 40, defensive 48. Win percentage for our opponents 39.2%. And you see the quad games, we're 2-1 in quad 2. And looking at who that would be, quad 2, looking here. So you're looking at Maryland, Boise, and Duke. Quad 3, 2-0, and then quad 4, which is basically conference play, 8-0. East Carolina. Wait, now I think about Boise would be quad 3, wouldn't they? And then East Carolina would be quad 2. I take it back. It would have been interesting to see where, like, how this would have looked had Boise been able to hold on against San Diego State. Just like where Boise would have been ranked and what impact that would have had. I admit I don't fully understand the Massey, so I don't pretend to either. I have no clue, and I just what? Well, they are two. So then who? What, Maryland was 3. Okay, like what was it then? Interesting. Okay. Home 6-0. Didn't lose a game at home. 6-1 on the road. The only road loss was to Duke. Man, that home field advantage wasn't such a, I guess not SEC, but playing at Duke, you could tell home field advantage definitely was huge. So it's something I was mindful of the rest of the season. So kind of good to get that out the way early. You can see where our opponents rank in the Massey, on offense, on defense. So that's how we finish out. We'll see what the final tally is and where I finish, but you know, I'm happy with the way that this season played out because it exceeded my expectations. Because after losing that game to Duke, I was concerned that the win goal wouldn't be able to be hit. Not only did we hit it, we actually got a bonus point because we won 11 games. Wild. Technically, and I'd have to get some clarity on that, this should be the win goal here, because based off of this, it's 9.5 games. The conference championship game shouldn't count towards it, so we get 1 bonus point here. You can see, because it doesn't include the conference championship game. We did play in the conference championship, obviously. So we got our conference goals, we got the win goal, we won the rivalry game because I was sim. So we end up finishing 11-1 in the regular season, hit all of these, get 2 bonus points for, or 1 bonus point for the win over the win goal. The road win, we went 5-1 on the road, so that's an extra 10 points. So that's 11 bonus points. My question is, with the conference championship game, that was a road game. Does that count? And then beating a ranked while ranked, does that count? Because then that would be an additional extra 4 points, and then we have the bowl game. If we lose, we get 4. If we win, we get 6. Pretty cool. And then with the bonus opportunities, totally forgot about this. So being in the NDL, on the NDL media team, we'll get something extra for that. Cool. Not too worried about it because I already have made my decision. I'm 99% confident that I'm staying at Tulane. They're an 85 overall. So as long as this here, the coach reports, as long as that's good, should totally be fine. And then looking at the participation, there is 1 poll to vote in now. There are awards to vote in now. That doesn't count, but the post-conference championship game poll, we'll have the college football reveal with the bracket. The bowl games will be announced next week. The award winner should be announced next week as well. And then after all that is done, there you go. One other thing that I want to show too, which is pretty cool. If we go to this, the NDL Bowl Season CFP tournament, we have a tournament here. It's going to be cool. So I'll just kind of pop these up here. The NIT, 4 different brackets. So for example, this is bracket 2. You see it's all teams that did make the college football playoffs and kind of ranked in terms of the season, a mixture of where they finished in the season and also the overall for the teams. So bracket 1 should probably be where I'm at. I'm not sure who else is in the bracket. And I have some guesses. If you're looking at what Sam Houston State lost, won, Kansas State if they don't make it, myself, East Carolina, TCU. Like, there's a lot of teams. I'm trying to see if I can scroll up real quick and just get an idea of who they are. Here we go. So you got K-State, Miami, SDSU, East Carolina, Sam Houston State, myself, Utah, Wake Forest, Washington State, Central Michigan. Designed to be the we just missed the college football playoffs type. This could be a really fun bracket. So it's double elimination. I'm really curious to see how things will play out. So Old Dominion should get in as the group of 5 team. And I know some people even brought up, well, my resume against like teams like Kansas State, like I'm not entertaining that either. We shouldn't be in this at all. So we'll be in the NIT and it'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. Double elimination. I'll highlight those games too. And we'll see how we do there. But that's how things look. Got one more vote and got to vote for the awards. But Tulane, solid regular season. Very happy with the result.